Participatory Cities is one of the international comparative projects for Mistra Urban Futures. As part of that, we're twinning two funded projects by the Swedish and the UK research councils, both focused around participation in planning. Our project is called Whose Knowledge Matters, and we're interested in the different techniques and processes for getting citizens' voice and expertise valued in matters to do with spatial development. For us, that's not just about being involved in formal processes that other people have designed, but having agency and power to have people's own values and issues recognised in what they do.
So the aim of Whose Knowledge Matters is to think across the different community groups, professionals, experts that are involved in planning, and think what different sorts of knowledge and expertise exist, and how are they being included in the way that planning operates at the moment, and who's actually being excluded from those processes.
In the Impact of Participation project, we are mapping the organization and impact of participatory or communicative planning practices in Swedish cities. And we're doing it from a historical view, the last 15 years, and we want to know what was the impact of all these hundreds of participatory processes where citizens and planners have communicated and engaged in conversations and dialogues concerning planning issues. What do we know about how these processes, some of them very ambitious, what do we know about how they have impacted or influenced planning decisions? And with this knowledge, we hope to kind of dig out what could be options to the techniques and arrangements deployed when you engage or invite citizens to participation in planning today.
We're here at the UK and Ireland Planning Conference, which is being hosted by the Urban Studies and Planning Department at Sheffield University this year. It's an all-day conference bringing together academics and practitioners to talk about planning and the kind of alternative futures we need to make planning more just and sustainable. We're here because, as part of our project on participatory cities, we're hosting a roundtable to try and compare and learn about experiences of participation in planning across Gothenburg, London and Greater Manchester.
We know that there are a lot of techniques being deployed in order to invite citizens and have discussions about how to make planning better. We also know that there's a lot of problems, and we think we need to co-produce more knowledge together with people working with these tough issues in practice. And as researchers engage in trying to promote new ways of thinking and doing democratic planning.
The next stage is we're going to Cape Town in November, and we're hoping to learn different practices from that different institutional and social context. And I think already some of the assumptions have been challenged, which, coming from the UK, might be that Sweden is often given as an example of the best participation you can get. But as Nazim's pointed out, some of this participation isn't really changing the institutional processes. So I think starting to question, what sort of participation do we want and how can we start making these institutional changes? So I'm hoping by bringing together these different contexts, we can start to get more at those questions.